Guys, Father's Day is coming up. And if you're looking for the perfect gift to give your dad, look no further. Help him step up his pocket game. The Ridge wallet, guys, it's light, it's sleek, it's industrial. And by the way, it doesn't fold and awkwardly bulge out of your back pocket. It goes into your front pocket. Ridge wallets hold up to 12 cards, plus all the cash that you need. You can choose from over 30 colors and styles. That includes carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It is the best wallet you can buy. You don't just have to take my word for it. There's over 40,000 five-star reviews. And I'll admit, I was skeptical at first. But once I tried it, I never went back to my old wallet. I'm sure you're going to love it, but guys, there's no pressure. Test it out for 45 days. If you don't love it, and I mean love it, send it back, you'll get a full refund. If you decide to keep it, and I believe you will, there's a lifetime warranty, so there's nothing to lose. Just go to ridge.com/Chael or click on the link in the description below. That's going to get you a special 15% savings for Father's Day. That comes with free worldwide shipping and returns. How do you beat the bullet? How would you answer that question, guys? Put on your coaching hat. How do you beat the bullet? What'd you come up with? Did you come up with anything? Well, there's a way to beat her. Of course there is. We know that, of course. Everybody can lose. Every dog has his day. And how many expressions do you want to do? The Bullet is as close to a perfect fighter as I've ever seen. If somebody wanted to say that the Bullet is the greatest fighter in the world, they want to have an argument. Is Jon Jones and those skills the greatest that the Octagon has ever seen? Or is the Bullet, right? I'm not going to look at you as somebody that doesn't want to appear chauvinistic, even though you are. You don't want to appear chauvinistic, so you're going to say the Bullet. Like, I would listen to you. Her skills are unbelievable. She is a thing of folklore. It's a rumor that she speaks 7 languages. There's a rumor that she's trained the military of her country not only in unarmed combat, that she's trained them in armed combat. I can't prove that to be true. I've been told that. You guys have been told it. I believe it. Her mother allegedly was a world champion in something. And I want to say it was judo. I mean, like, every single piece of the story of the Bullet is folklore. It's nobody that you meet. It's nobody that's alive in 2022. It's always somebody that came along before cameras came along when all the witnesses are dead. Signs were drawn, pictures were drawn into stone or written into sand. I mean, it's one of these things. Like, this is real life and this is happening. That doesn't mean that she's unbeatable. You could beat the Bullet in a fight on her feet. And you don't have to be better on your feet than she is to do it. You could beat the Bullet on the ground, and you don't have to be better on the ground than she is to do it. The rules allow for that. The best way to be really good at MMA, if you want to get great fast at MMA, you want the absolute crash course. Sit down, look at a plethora of sports that go into MMA. Look at a plethora of disciplines. Identify what is illegal within those disciplines. Bring those with you to the octagon. That is the fastest way to get good. Fast, quickly. I'll just use wrestling by example. In wrestling, you must stand your ground or be going forward. It is illegal. It is against the rules to back up. Why? Have you ever asked yourself that question? And when I say look at what is legal, I'm not talking about being dirty. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about, a thumb in the eye or a fish hook or you bite the guy. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about you look at the rules, you see what is not allowed within that discipline. That is a big clue for you. Oh, that works. They don't ban things in disciplines because it could hurt the opponent or because it's dull for the audience. They ban them because it's so goddamn effective, it would ruin the sport. Are you aware of that? It's really important that you are. Super important that you understand that. In the sport of wrestling, you must stand your ground or go forward. The reason is if you back up or your opponent backs up or you both back up, nothing's happening. If he's coming forward and you're backing up, he will never score on you. There is no way to wrestle a person who doesn't want to wrestle. It would ruin it. Are you aware of what I'm saying right now? So if you get into a cage fight against a wrestler and you don't know how to wrestle, just back up. That's all you have to do. That wrestler will have no success. Just back up. I realize the variables. I realize eventually you're going to run into the fence, and there's certain problems with that. But that is the absolute number one thing for anti-wrestling. If you don't want to deal with somebody who's a superior wrestler, back up. They will not know what to do. There was no technique ever created. There was no wrestler in any college, in the Division I ranks or below, that has ever worked on or been taught a technique to do if the person is backing up. They don't work on that because they don't have to do it. They don't have to do it because it's against the rules. So you go into MMA, back up. Back up the whole, you'll never get out wrestled. But then let's take a look at boxing. Boxing, the second you clinch, they will break you. That's a massive clue that clinching is effective. If you're ever in a striking contest with somebody who's better than you, grab them, but then stay there. Don't break up. Massive clues. I bring that to you because how do you beat the bullet? You could beat her on her feet without being near as good as her. You're going to have to clinch her, you're going to push her, you're going to have to hold her against the fence, you're going to have to do some of these things. You're going to have to get your hand on her, you're going to have to do the old Randy Couture, get behind the collar, start punching her here, come down to the body, start to wear on her. It's always going to be an intangible. Whenever you're dealing with somebody who is better than you, it's one of the intangibles. By example, if you can out-condition them, it doesn't matter who's better. It does not matter if you're a white belt and they're a black belt. If they get tired and you don't, you win. Do you believe that the Bullet's opponent this weekend has the ability to weaponize pace? Because that's actually one of the Bullet's great weapons. She's not only more skilled with the punches and the kicks and the grappling and the submissions and the techniques, she can do them harder and throw more at the wall than her opponents do. But I'm still bringing to you, there's ways to beat her. That's one. Throw more at her. You don't have to be better than her if you get her tired. You don't have to be better than her if you can outposition her. That's where the fence, that's where the cage control starts to be so relevant. And the same thing comes with the straight up grappling. You can have a purple belt beat a black belt. We see it all the time. If the purple belt is the one who gets on top. They've been playing this game a number of different ways with a number of different philosophies since 1993. One thing from 1993 weighs over to 2022, which is if you can get on top and stay there, you win. So there's ways to beat the Bullet. And you don't have to be as good as her to do it. People lose fights all the time. The better person loses all the time. It happens every single Saturday, somewhere on the card. Maybe a fight that isn't featured that you're not looking at and paying full attention to. The better fighter loses all the time. He gets tired. He gets nervous. He gets outpositioned. He gets frustrated. It's rinse and repeat. It's not a matter if you got to go out and beat the Bullet for 5 rounds. You don't even got to beat her for 4 rounds. The rules say that you got to beat her for 3 rounds, which if you got to beat somebody for 3 rounds really means you only got to find a recipe to beat them for 1 round and then duplicate it 2 more times. This isn't rocket science. It's an ass-whipping contest. You have 5 frames. Can you win one of those 5 frames? If the answer is no, we have nothing to see here. We have nothing to discuss. But if the answer is yes, if you find somebody who you're extremely confident they can win, they get 5 tries to win 1. They can win one of those. They just need to take that recipe and duplicate it 2 more times. It's not about who's better. I coach wrestling. I'll tell wrestlers this all the time. If you are objective and you are a logical thinker and you look at the person across from you and you come to the conclusion they are better than me, that's fine. You don't have to be better than them to get your hand raised. You just got to have more points than them when time runs out. So can you win 1 of 5? Great. If you can, duplicate it 2 more times.